Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into BYD's ingenious plug-in hybrid SUV, the 2026 CLU DMI, a vehicle that may just redefine value in the family-friendly crossover segment with its long electric range, clever powertrain, and space-packed cabin, all for a price that undercuts its rivals by thousands. Slide up alongside the CLU DMI and you immediately notice how it blends sleek, fastback SUV styling with subtle surf-inspired curves. BYD's Ocean Series DNA shows in fluid fender arches that hint at aquatic grace, while taut lines sweep from a low LED headlight signature into a gently rising shoulder line. The rear slopes down to a hatch that echoes a hatchback sportiness, yet the car rides tall enough to command the road. Even the CLU badging feels purposeful, as if this SUV really could slice through urban waves as easily as it glides down the freeway. Opening the door reveals one of the roomiest cabins in its class. The moment you settle into the vegan leather seat, heated and ventilated even on the base boost model, you sense BYD has taken aim at premium competitors, stuffing this 33,000-pound SUV full of features you'd normally pay extra for. A panoramic sunroof stretches over both rows, flooding the interior with daylight, and the ambient lighting system dances along the door cards in time with your music, elevating the mood whenever you turn on the ignition. Dominating the dash is a 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen that can flip from landscape to portrait at the tap of an on-screen icon or a simple voice command of "Hey BYD, rotate screen." Even when Apple CarPlay is active, locked into landscape, BYD's intuitive user interface sits ready to handle navigation, media, and climate controls with minimal taps. Below the screen, a neatly laid out row of capacitive buttons offers one-touch climate overrides, so you never have to fend with labyrinthine menus when the windows fog up. A smaller, 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster fills the driver's line of sight, though most drivers will find the standard head-up display equally compelling, projecting speed, navigation prompts, and safety alerts directly onto the windshield without ever scraping your eyes from the road. Underneath that sculpted hood lies BYD's ingenious DMI powertrain. In the entry-level boost model, an 18.3 kilowatt-hour Blade battery delivers a genuine 50 miles of pure electric driving, enough to cover your daily commute without sipping gasoline. When that battery dips low, a 1.5-liter Xiaoyun petrol engine quietly springs to life, not to power the wheels directly, but to recharge the battery via a high-tech CVT gearbox that seamlessly transfers energy back and forth. The engine itself rarely drives the front wheels, stepping in only if extra surge is needed, making the CLU feel like an EV even when the petrol pump beckons. I took a 400-mile round trip on a single tank and ended with 200 miles of theoretical range still showing, proof that this hybrid system isn't just clever on paper, but immensely practical in the real world. Stepping up to the mid-spec comfort trim adds a larger 26.6 kilowatt-hour battery for 77 miles of EV range and stretches the combined range to nearly 700 miles. Then the top dog design model throws an all-wheel drive and a turbocharged variant of that same 1.5-liter engine, shaving the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint down to an impressive 5.9 seconds. Rare performance for a family SUV. Even in the boost version, blitzing from 0 to 60 in the high 7s feels brisk for an everyday crossover, and that sense of effortless speed only grows when you lean on the throttle and feel the electric motors unleash torque that feels instantaneous. On the road, the CLU DMI balances comfort and competence in equal measure. Around town, the suspension glides over potholes and painted road bands with a quiet compliance, though heavier hits over drain covers can feel just a bit firm. On motorways, the double-glazed windows and thick door seals create a library-quiet cocoon, broken only by a faint hum when the engine spins up to recharge the battery. That hum isn't unpleasant. It's a gentle drone reminiscent of an airplane cabin above the clouds, and any residual noise vanishes once you dial up your favorite playlist on the 10-speaker Infinity sound system, standard on every model. Despite a hint of floatiness over uneven surfaces, the CLU inspires confidence when cornering. The steering may lack ultimate sharpness, but it never feels vague, and the car's planted stance lets you carry surprising speed through bends without lean overwhelming the chassis. Brakes bite with a reassuring firmness that balances regenerative and friction braking almost imperceptibly, letting you feather the pedal without worry. In sport mode, throttle response tightens and shift logic holds the engine in its sweet spot, adding a touch of driver engagement for those moments you crave more connection. Inside that cavernous cabin, BYD has sculpted a family retreat. The front seats slide back generously, giving even tall adults room to stretch while still clearing the panoramic roof. Flip back the 60/40 rear seatbacks, and a cavernous cargo hold opens up, 425 liters with the seats upright, expanding to a whopping 1,440 liters with them folded. Yet the designers didn't forget the nitty-gritty. A deep underfloor well stashes charging cables out of sight, and 3 sets of Isofix mounts ensure you can secure child seats without wrestling with anchors. Technology sees no hierarchy here. Every CLU comes bristling with driver assists and connectivity. BYD packs in 31 different safety features, from adaptive cruise control that keeps pace in traffic to blind spot monitoring and cross-traffic alerts for backing out of driveways. Traffic Jam Assist gently steers and brakes up to 37 miles per hour, letting you relax through gridlock. And a 360-degree camera system on higher trims gives you a bird's eye view when parking in tight spots. Charging the CLU DMI may not break records. Its maximum DC charging rate sits at 18 kilowatts, meaning a 10 to 80% charge takes roughly 35 minutes for the smaller battery or 55 for the larger pack. But with a PHEV, you're never truly stranded. Plug in overnight on a home wall box, and you'll wake to 100% electric readiness for your commute and beyond. On long road trips, a quick top-off at a public charger keeps your electricity tank full, letting the clever DMI system stretch every drop of gasoline over hundreds of miles. Value stands at the CLU's core. At 33,205 pounds for the Boost model, you get more EV range and standard equipment than many EVs costing thousands more. Even the mid-spec comfort and all-powerful design trims undercut competing plug-in SUVs like the Volkswagen Tiguan PHEV by over 10,000 pounds before you tally up ambient lighting, head-up display, heated and cooled seats, vegan leather upholstery, and the full suite of adaptive driving assists. Of course, no car is perfect. The CLU's ride can wobble over chop at highway speeds, and some drivers will miss the tauter responses of sports car-tuned rivals. The steering, while steady, never thrills with feedback. And the PHEV architecture means it never drives quite like a full electric model, yet that very architecture underpins its incredible real-world efficiency, dramatically lower running costs, and almost limitless range. In the end, the 2026 BYD CLU DMI stands out not because it chases every trend, but because it thoughtfully integrates electric range, hybrid efficiency, and family-friendly utility into one compelling package. It challenges you to rethink what a plug-in hybrid can be, not a stopgap between gasoline and full EVs, but a brilliantly orchestrated system that keeps the engine humming quietly in the background while you live your electric lifestyle. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the BYD CLU DMI. If you're excited by the idea of a 50-mile electric range, 700-mile total reach, and luxury-sized cabin at a bargain price, hit that like button, subscribe for more future-focused car reviews, and let me know in the comments which CLU feature you can't wait to experience. Until next time, stay charged and keep exploring every mile.